Give me 1 second here. I'm going to give everyone a chance to log in real quick. Do a sound check. I'm starting a little bit early, but that's because I like it. So give me a quick second here. Let me fire it up, check out the sound, and we will begin shortly. All right. All right, so like I said, we did start a little bit early here, so I'm just going to give people a little bit more time. Not a big deal. So just give it a little bit more time for people to join in. I will start getting stuff ready, and then we will get things going. In the meantime, Salvatore, hello, welcome. I'm just trying to get stuff ready right now. Let me know how the sound is. Picture looks pretty good on my end. I'm just doing a quick sound check, just getting a few things ready, and we will get the live stream started. So, yep, real quick here, just give me a quick moment, and we will get the live stream started. All right, let's just blow that out just a little bit. There we go. All right, well, you know what? Let's do this. We're early, but let's get the live stream started. Anyways, what's up, everyone? It is Klaus, Family, Hobbies, and Cards. And yes, this live stream is going to be a little different than the earlier one because I've been drinking since the earlier live stream. So I might be a little bit more loose than I was on the earlier one. But yes, this one will still be fun. And again, if you have any questions or any comments, put them in the comment section and I will get to it. For those of you that are just joining, I have a computer right here so I can check on all the comments. I've got my monitor right here so I can monitor all my charts, and then I've got my video monitor up here. So if you see me looking around, I am just catching up on the multiple monitors. So again, yes, for everyone joining in right now, Klaus, Family, Hobbies, and Cards. I got my drink. I told you guys it was going to be like, crypto and drinking, and I'm not lying. I skipped the beer. I went straight to the harder mixed stuff just because, I don't know, I was having a good night. So I figured, you know what, let's just cut loose. So while everyone's chiming in right now, if you guys have questions, if you guys have comments regarding anything stellar, regarding the channel, let me know in the comments below. But otherwise, let's cheers it up right now and let's have some fun with some stellar lumens talk. And NG Music, hello back to you. All right, so let's start off our Stellar Lumens talk with the most recent price action. And so what we're going to do is we're going to look at the recent price action, all right? And what I want to focus on is the last, about the last week or so, week and a half, since the price correction, all right? So essentially what you can see from previous volume, all right? So from October 26th. Basically, we lost a week's worth of time right here with this last correction, all right? But what you can see, though, is since this correction, XLM came roaring back and is now back up to the levels it was before that correction, all right? So, again, we only lost about a week's worth of time. That's all that happened here. Nothing too big. Now, that being said, though, we've been monitoring something tonight, and I kind of wanted to go over it with you guys, too. So we were looking at this tonight, and again, near-term resistance points, okay? So near-term, all right? I'm not talking about long-term. Near-term resistance points we've seen at that 38-cent mark. It was 38.2 where we saw some resistance, and then we saw resistance again between the 42 and 43-cent mark, all right? So again, those are the two hurdles that we have to clear. We first have to bust through this 38.2, which we've been stopping out twice in recent history, and then we need to go after the 42, 43-cent mark. Once we get past that 42, 43-cent mark, we should be smooth sailing for a while. So for you Stellar Lumens XLM investors out there, that 42, 43-cent resistance mark, that is exactly the mark that we're all paying attention to, and that is exactly what we need to get past. We got Bo Rabbit in the house. Bo Rabbit, check it out. I've got my alcoholic beverage tumbler, and except I went with Tito's and Country Time lemonade. So I went to a 1-to-1 mix of, so every shot of Tito's, it is Country Time lemonade. It is rough, but it is tasty, and it will get me through the night. So Bo Rabbit in NG Music, hello, and thank you for joining the live stream. So let's all do this. Let's all take this quick moment. Let's have a sip here. That is rough strong. Holy crap. I'm gonna be in trouble by the end of this live stream if I keep it going too long. But yeah, let's get back to that pricing action we were talking about. We're talking about resistance points between that 42 to 43 cent mark with a near short-term resistance right around 38.2. And SSB is time to smoke some herbage. That is a really good idea. May I suggest the gravity bong? I mean, you know, when we were all in high school, can I suggest the gravity bong? Is that can I do that? Yeah, of course I can do it. It's my live stream, it's my channel. So yes, I will suggest the gravity bong for SSB. All right, so yes, near term, we've had some resistance at that 38.2 mark. Okay, we saw it happen twice, and it happened really, really quickly here, and honestly, the last few days. So now what we're looking at, though, is clearing the resistance of that 38 to then move to the 42, 43 cent resistance. Once we clear past that, we should be good to go. Some people are estimating we're good to go anywhere from, say, like that 65 to 75 cents to even people calling for all-time highs. Yep. If you are a BitBoy crypto fan, Noti Crypto, anything like that, they have all been calling for new all-time highs regarding Stellar. Like I said, that pressure cooker, that boil, that energy of Stellar is starting to grow. So it is really, really neat to see the Stellar energy starting to bloom. I'm actually even starting to notice it on the channel. Yeah, no, seriously, I am. I'm starting to notice it on the channel because we're starting to get newer and different viewers. Our viewer pool is changing. So as I'm seeing the viewer pool and the demographics changing, I'm starting to realize too that Stellar as a whole, word is starting to get out there. It is. It's just taking a little bit of time. Again, you know, Stellar's a little slow, let's be honest here. Their marketing is not the best. But hey, that's all right. They're more a crypto company. They are not a marketing company. So yes, that's near-term price issue. But other things we want to talk about, and this is something we talked about in the stream earlier, and you guys tell me what you thought. All right, a few weeks ago when we did the live stream, I had a juicy bit out there. And if you want juicy bits, do you want juicy bits? I mean, like, if you do, I mean, like, I'll give you juicy bits because, like, I don't mind sharing. I do leave, I'm not going to lie, I do leave little Easter eggs all over my videos, so you can't just, like, skip them, you know, and you can't just, like, cut the end because there are Easter eggs all over the place. But when when Stellar announced that they were working with MoneyGram, I shorted the ever-living crap out of MoneyGram. I mean, F-word shorted. Like, yeah, thanks for the Tito's vodka, MoneyGram, because you suck. So MoneyGram's history and their financials are garbage, to be honest with you. They lose money. Their sales have been going down. MoneyGram is not a good company in terms of, like, financial analytics, right? They're just not a good company with that. So I shorted the crap out of them. I've cleaned all my shorts. I've covered them. I'm good to go. Not a big deal. So now I'm looking at this MoneyGram info right here, and I'm thinking, man, you know, I know there's still a little bit more bottom left in it. But I started getting some positions into MoneyGram just to see if I could run a quick 20% bump up on any XLM news again in the future. So I'm just playing this market, and I'm playing both ways, right? I played the MoneyGram on the way down, and I'm going to try to play it with some bullish news on the way up. I have been nibbling. I'm not going with anything big. This is just fun. This is just to make a quick 20% and to get on with life. All right, so we got 10 people watching, and we got SSB saying XLM is heavily manipulated to keep the price down. You know, SSB, I am with you on that, man, all right? And let me tell you, all right, so now that you hopefully, you know, sparked a good one, yes, nice MoneyGram play. I did. I'm not gonna lie, Chris Miller. I gave a couple Easter eggs out on the MoneyGram play because I've been paying attention to the remittance corridor, and if you look at their financials have been garbage. So anytime, what we've seen actually the last couple of years is people are buying on the rumor and selling on the news, and that's exactly what happened with MoneyGram. And I played that one bad. And I normally don't like to play shorts because I don't believe in restricting funding to companies by shorting their stock so heavily and to have heavily positioned shorts, which affects their funding and their credit ratings. But it's MoneyGram, so you know, it's fun to take the shots where you take the shots. So, but yeah, so SSB is saying XLM is heavily manipulated to keep the price down. You know, seriously, there's a bunch of things out there that are making me think that there's more to it than what meets the eye price wise. Okay, let's just look at XLM and let's just blow it up just for a few years. All right, let's just do that. Okay. I want you to look at this, all right? Look at the chart I got up on the screen, all right? Right now, if we look at it, XLM has not hit an all-time high since, what, 2017, right? The 31st? December 31st, 2017? So you're telling me that almost 4 years it's been since XLM has hit an all-time high? Meanwhile, if we switch to, you know, like our manas, if we go to our Bitcoins, right, our Ethereums, we've seen them break all-time highs left and right. So whether it's a matter of it being manipulated to keep the price down or not, it is for sure a laggard, and for sure the price now does not reflect the value of the token, okay? I want you to think of what Bitcoin hit to when Bitcoin rose right before this, okay? I want you to think about that. And then I want you to think about what Bitcoin is at right now. And actually, you know what? I don't even think about it. Let's just use technology and let's open this bad boy up, right? I can do that. I don't mind. So let's do that. So let's look at Bitcoin, all right? And this is what I want you to look at, okay? So when we were looking at XLM, I was looking at this run up right here and how this run up here has been an all-time high that we have yet to break since almost 4 years in the making. That's so fucking crazy, man. 4 years in the making. So look at Bitcoin's pop, right? Bitcoin's pop in 2018, around the same idea. It was a few weeks earlier than XLM. In fact, it was 1 week earlier than XLM in 2017 in late December. And you could see at that time, right, the all-time high that was set by Bitcoin in 2017, December, okay, was of 20,000. It is now it is now tripled and then some. Where if you look at XLM historically, and this is where I'm talking about with a laggard, XLM has not tripled since this, right? If you go off of just total archaic Bitcoin crap math, you're telling me that XLM has a 3-time ceiling just if you play the mimic pattern, and we've seen that altcoins have mimicked Bitcoin's run. So when I look at this and I'm like, damn, this got up to 93, 94 cents. If this goes 3x the way Bitcoin's 3x over the last few years on this next bull cycle run or the altcoin run, I mean, you're talking at XLM at like 270 a piece. That's juicy. And you know what? That's so juicy that I'm going to take a nice tasty drink of Tito's vodka in Country Time lemonade. No, I'm not sponsored by either, but I would like to be, especially Tito's vodka. I'd be a great spokesman for Tito's vodka. And we got Fernando chiming in. Hi from Chile. What's up, Fernando? Hey, man. Good to see that we've got fans from Chile as well chiming in, watching this broadcast. And again, if you were just hopping in, please let me know in the comments. I've got my comment screen right here on my PC, right? I've got a separate PC right here. Please let me know in the comments where you're from, and let me know if you have a Stellar question. We're covering all things Stellar. Heck, we'll even talk about the channel. We'll talk about whatever you guys want. This is the second live stream today. And to be fair, anyone know what TV show that's from? To be fair, all right. I am quite heavy into this, all right? I think this is like my third or fourth one since I did the first live stream, so I'm a little rough, so just kind of bear with me. But we've got SSB here. I have no problem seeing Bitcoin reaching all-time high, but Ethereum, come on, Ethereum is crap. Their gas fees is total freaking garbage, all right? And the fact that Ethereum is limited so heavily on transactions per second will stop Ethereum ever from becoming a practical scale item. Not a stupid hype token, but a practical scale item. Yes, there is a practical limit to Ethereum. XLM is, what, 40 times? And that's without Interstellar? Yeah. Oh, we got a few other people chiming in right now with us. We got Barno. Hello from Belgium. Hello. Chise. Yeah. And we got DZ from Roswell, New Mexico. Loving the eerie alien vibe. I dig that kind of stuff. I love binging on the alien stuff, whether it's a little Hulu, Netflix, or YouTube. Yep, I love checking that kind of stuff out. And we've got Chris Miller saying Aqua versus LSP. Lumen swap all the way. Lumen swap all the way. We got Frederick chiming in saying Haufy. Maybe Frederick's had a few drinks. Frederick's, I don't know when you joined us, but this is a drinking live stream where we're talking about Stellar. So Frederick, howdy, back to you. And guess what? It is time to have another drink, everyone. So yep, let's all do that. Let's all grab our drinks. If you haven't, now is the time. Run to the fridge, grab a drink, crack it open. Let's have some fun on this live stream, right? Not everything in the world has to be serious. Not everyone's got to be boring and a stick in the mud. We can have fun and we can enjoy things. But let's get back to Chris Miller, and let's get back to Chris Miller talking about Aqua and Lumen swap. Ooh, Frederick's got a Heineken. I am down with Heineken. Way to go, man. Good choice of your beers right there. And I also like Beck's, right? Heineken Beck's, just to let you know. So yes, Aqua versus LSP. Seriously, it's got to be Lumen swap. And the reason it's got to be Lumen swap, the backbone that it's built on, okay, its usage and its set fee. It has a set fee. I thought it was 0.3%. I think it's 0.3% per transaction. So, I mean, Lumen swap, again, when it goes to scale, will be even bigger. We've already seen a huge price increase in Lumen swap. And we've got Barno chiming in saying Santé. I don't know if that's a drink, if that's you saying hello, or if that's you telling me I am stupid. I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, let me know. But yeah, okay, so let's talk about that, okay? Let's talk about other opportunities regarding Stellar XLM, okay? And so we're going to get a little deep here. So for all of you guys that want to know about deep dive Stellar stuff, this is for you, okay? And no matter how much I drink, no matter how much fun I have, give a shout out to Joe Belushi. What happened to Joe Belushi? What am I missing here? Did I miss something? But anyways, let's jump on the ledger right here, okay? And this is what we were talking about in the earlier stream, and I want everyone to understand this is where Lumens will grow, okay? When you go into the Stellar ledger, when you go to the Explorer part of it, you can see there's a section here for accounts, okay? And for accounts, what I'm looking at is this blue chart right here, and this is the total number of accounts, right? So accounts that are going to be, right, Stellar wallet accounts, okay? Look at the amount of growth we've had since 2020, 4.45 million to now 5.8 million. That's 1.3. That's almost 30% growth right there over the last year and a half for wallets, okay? So you're saying, well, Klaus, that's only 5.8 million wallets. That's not crazy. Well, you got to remember, anyone that wants to do transactions on Lumen's chain, right, or on the Stellar chain, needs to have a wallet that has several lumens in it. I think it's like 3 or 4 lumens, okay? So when Stellar rolls out these programs to big countries, yeah, there's going to be a whole bunch of people that adopt 2 of these wallets, okay? So for instance, El Salvador, right? El Salvador announced announced the last couple months that they're going to have Bitcoin as their currency. Once they announced Bitcoin as their legal currency, they now have already had over 2.1 million people sign up for a Bitcoin wallet. And that's a month old. That data is a month old. So you know there's way more people now that got into that. So that's my point. With Stellar now, right? Check it out on the screen. With Stellar building these Europe and Africa payment corridors, and with Stellar building these Latin American corridors between the United States, Mexico, and Central America, right? If El Salvador got 2.1 million people to adapt to their wallet, how many people could Stellar get to adapt to their wallet in all of Africa or in all of Latin America? See, you get my point. That's what I'm trying to say, is that once these projects go to scale, okay? The AirTMs, these payment corridors and so much, it's huge, all right? It's going to take these number of accounts that you see here on the screen in this blue chart and is going to blow these up and is going to make this huge. That is where Stellar is going to grow, and that is where Stellar is going to really pick up some massive, massive volume and massive price action. All right, we got a couple people here. We got Frederick chiming in. Let's go with a new all-time high. Frederick, I am totally with you on that. We are well overdue. This is well overdue. Look at this. I mean, we have seen these resistance points just build up here. We've seen, like I said, that 42-cent one is real strong right here. But seriously, Bitcoin can do it. Why can't we? I don't see that many people doing programs with Bitcoin. Do you? And just so you know, if you're watching right now, Stellar just broke that 38 cents mark. So I don't know. Maybe this is the start of it. We've got Fernando chiming in saying, "Oh, hey, Toph General, don't have beer, just seltzers. Does that count?" Well, yeah, that counts. I mean, like, Toph, like, if you want to have seltzers, that's fine. Here's the only problem with seltzers, okay? I got to be dead honest with you. The problem with seltzers is if I drink seltzers, my stomach feels full before I get hammered. And, like, seriously, like, if I'm going to drink, like, I'm going to get hammered, you know, kind of just, like, chill out, right, and shut the brain down. I don't want to, like, feel full and not be kind of, like, drunk, tipsy, if that makes sense. So, yes, you're totally welcome to use your seltzers. And, I mean, yeah, that's cool. It all depends, like, what seltzers, too, because some of them are actually pretty good. The Michelob Ultra Pickly Pear in glass bottles is really, really good. I'm just throwing that out there. Yes, Toph General, thank you. I totally appreciated that. That was really cool. So no, if you don't have a beer and you have a seltzer, that's cool. But if you have a nice, refreshing Tito's and Country Time lemonade, you will feel really good about all of your decisions. You might feel like crap the next morning, but you'll feel good right now. So let's do that. Let's knock back another drink, and then we're going to get into deeper price action. And again, Toph General, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Channel totally loves it. Love this, love you guys, and love the support. Let's knock back a quick one right now. Oh, that's rough. That is a 1-to-1 mix of Tito's. Oh, man, and Pink Country Time. It is gross. It is a little too strong, but I wanted a strong one. The first stream went well, and I kept at it. But, yeah, let's talk about this. Let's talk about mechanics and all-time highs, okay? Here's the thing. I understand people wanting all-time highs, but the reality is for mechanics of all-time highs to happen, look at the volume that happened on this run up here, okay? You know what, actually, let's just zoom in just a little bit. I want you to focus on this. Look at this volume indicated on the bottom of this current run up. Look at all the steam here. You don't see anywhere near that steam there, nor did you even see it at the beginning when we saw this run up here, right? Look at that. That's not the same amount of volume. So you have, proportionately speaking, you have a lot of volume in this sector right here, which happened from, honestly, at the beginning of this year on. So we're going to have to chomp through a ton of this volume to break through some of these resistance points, but we're going to have help. And we're going to have help with this screen right here. It's these. Look at this in blue. It's the number of accounts, 5.8 million. All we need is Stellar just to onboard, all right, a few of these people in these payment corridors, whether it's the Europe-Africa payment corridor or whether it's the Latin America corridor, okay? Any of these cash-based societies, and I've got that up here for you, okay? Cash-based societies, heavy cash base is blue, where orange is non-cash, okay? Stellar is going, you could see it, after these cash-based societies here. And if we can onboard 20, 30, 40 million people with Stellar wallets and each of them holding a few lumens, that is huge, huge. So, Toph General, hopefully, right, you're feeling the same vibe that I am. And yes, cheers to you as well. That drink is disgusting, but I'm going to do it in spirit of the channel. Oh, and in spirit of the channel, right? Like, I just want to go, like, totally in spirit of the channel. And I'll even do this. Like, I'll get intimate with you guys. In spirit of the channel, I am doing No Shave November, okay? I'm going to go super scruffy in November. to raise awareness for people that watch channels but don't subscribe. Yep, that's right. Raising awareness for people out there that watch videos but don't subscribe. So I am going to not shave all November to raise awareness for that cause. All right, so volume won't come from retail. It'll come from institutional. Maybe some German funds would be nice. Okay, SSB, you got to remember this, okay? XLM is going to be peer-to-peer. Institutional investment will only happen once the SEC gives more of a clearing and green light. And the reason I say this, okay, a lot of big institutional investors, right? I want you to think of anchor money, okay? Anchor money, and I want you to think of volume influx money, all right? That money comes heavy from hedge funds, IRAs, trusts, 401ks, and so forth, okay? Those types of institutional buyings will push the price of XLM up. Those types of buyers, right? Those big chunk institutional buyers, okay? Not institutional usage. That's very different, but institutional buyers. Those institutional buyers can drive the price up by the accumulation of XLM, right? And the hodling of it, okay? The back end true growth, though, of XLM comes from the number of wallets that have to stay active, because those are completely locked, right? Those are lumens that stay in the circulating supply, but they're locked out. So it's super important that we keep an eye on that. And we've got Fernando, tomorrow, Protocol 18, what price do you think XLM will reach this week? My goal this week is that it breaks 40 and holds 40, Fernando. God's honest truth. That is what it is. It breaks 40 and it holds 40. XLM is going to take some time. We got to clear the stupid XRP lawsuit, which Stellar has nothing to do with it. Totally functions differently. And what XRP got in trouble for, it's XLM can't get in trouble for the same thing. So we got to get past that. And we got to get a leader in like the market sectors right now. The market sectors right now are really weird. You're seeing EV vehicles, stocks kind of getting battered. You've got precious metals getting battered. It's really weird out there. We're still waiting for a true market leader to pull us out of this phase. Oh, crap. Cheers. That was the word. Yes, cheers. So Greg says, it must be a deer hunter if not shaving in November. Greg, I love hunting deer, but I will not hunt deer in South Carolina where I live, because the deer here are smaller than my dog. Like, dude, these are not deer. I kid you not. I could go, when it's deer season out here, I could go like into a store at any time and just buy a tag. Where like when I lived in Illinois and South Dakota, you know, we had lotteries and drawings for tags, and our deer were big, man. Like we would have some big deer. Dude, these are small deer out here, man. Yeah, these are tiny. They're like hunting dogs. It's crazy, man. This is not the right type of deer hunting. And we got this. And we got Bruce Leroy. All right, Bruce Leroy, we're going to mess with you a little bit here. Bruce Leroy says, east side of Chicago here. Well, Bruce Leroy, I'm going to ask you, what neighborhood in the east side of Chicago? Because my wife, yep, you're going to love this. My wife is from Bridgeport, and I am from the western suburbs, but I spent most of my time in the south side of Chicago, getting in trouble, hanging out, street racing, Roosevelt, you get what I'm talking about, and Lower Wacker Drive before they made the improvements. So Bruce Leroy, let me know where in Chicago you're from, because I gotta love and gotta give the shout out to the Chicago fans. And we got Toph General rocking in again. Replying to Fernando's question about what tomorrow's Protocol 18 price will be. He says, I think we've just been accumulating at the 30s price range. Just a matter of time before it does something crazy. It's true. It is a total pressure cooker effect. This is something where we're going to see XLM. There's going to be a move that's made, and then people are going to jump on, and then FOMO is going to take over. And that's why I'm so afraid of selling any of my positions on the short term, because I don't want to miss out on the possible action. That's all it is. So Bruce Leroy chiming in by Stony Island. So we've got people, I can tell you this, Bruce, we've had people from Bridgeport. We have people from Englewood. We've had people from St. Charles out in the western suburbs. We've had a lot of people. So if you're from the Chicago area, that's where I grew up and that's where my wife grew up. Welcome to chime in. Totally probably caused trouble somewhere near your area, somewhere when I was a kid. So yeah, chime in. Let me know if you've got questions. We got a bunch of people hopping in on the chats. And Fernando hopping in saying, I have faith in the project, just a little tired to wait. Fernando, I am with you, man. XLM is a laggard, and that's what we're trying to say here. What we're trying to say is that when you look at Bitcoin, okay, look at Bitcoin's run in late 2017 when they hit 20,000. Since then, it's 3x'd. And it's 3x'd two different occasions. Look, it had a 3x with a correction and again another 3x, and it's breaking new all-time highs. This is where we are sitting here going, well, wait a minute. Look at XLM. XLM got there, but it never broke it out, and it never 3x'd its all-time original high. So there is a laggard in XLM. And to be honest with you, since we have been doing this live stream, let's zoom in and let's look at this now. We are seeing some XLM price action happening right now. Let's do this. Let's take a look here. All right, that's what I like to see. We're going to keep an eye on this. We're going to keep this in the background right now. We got Barno saying, do we need to wait for ISO 20022 for mass adoption? Maybe seal out and buy in before it takes some profits. What will you do? Okay, I am telling everyone right now, this is how I am playing XLM. XLM for me is a long-term hold. The reason it's a long-term hold is because of exactly this, because of transactions. I'm paying attention to the actual organic meat stats. I'm making my own KPIs, okay? This is not me telling you guys how to do it. This is how I'm doing it. I make my own KPIs, and I use my own KPIs when I do financial analytics. And I've been watching their performance, and I've been watching what's happening with XLM, all right? So in terms of if it's going to take time, if it needs the ISO, it's going to need several different things. Number one, crypto is going to need full mass adaptation for XLM to work because it's a peer-to-peer. This is a decentralized, this is not hanging in the back room, this is not dark web crap, this is peer-to-peer decentralized finance. So this is going to have to be in the open. This is going to have to be in the forefront, all right? So now, to get to it, what is my strategy? I am buying right now anything under 30 cents, okay? So when you look at any of these charts on here, and let's just blow this out. Let's blow this out. Let's go to 3 months right here. Any of these times where you could see at the 30% mark, I was hitting it. I have been hitting it. Every time it's under 30, I hit it. So now over the last, since the beginning of October, it has not dropped under 30 cents, okay? I've been accumulating money waiting for the next dip. And then when the next dip happens, I have automatic orders in. I'm buying sub 30 and sub 30 only and moving from there. I will, and I'm just going to stop. I will say this right now. I will not raise my floor target support buy point until I see some massive, massive moves on the upside where I understand that a new floor has been created. Otherwise, I will wait and I will pick and choose when it goes sub 30. And when it does go sub 30, I hit it pretty effing hard. All right, let's see here. Can we be sure crypto bull run isn't over? If bull run is over, would XLM run on its own? Yes, XLM can run on its own because when we look at like the bull run for crypto, okay, I want you guys to think about something. People have talked about XLM as being like a dead cat, crypto's being a dead cat, okay, and a dead cat bounce, all right? I want you to look at Bitcoin. And the reason I bring up Bitcoin is because most of the crypto market follows Bitcoin, right? We know that it doesn't make any sense, right? We know that, and I'm starting to wheeze from the vodka. My asthma is starting to act up from the drinking. So to make asthma better, you just have to drink more to open your lungs. So while I do that, you all take a drink as well so that I'm not drinking by myself. It would be nice of you to do that. Okay. Sorry about that. Just a little ice cube, a little vodka in my mouth. So when I look at Bitcoin, okay, I look at Bitcoin and I think Bitcoin controls the market. And Bitcoin then, in a way, controls the altcoin market. And that's just how that happens, okay? When you look at this and when you look at the upside of Bitcoin and when you look at the upside of Stellar, a dead cat bounce in a market doesn't have its leader, right? It's industry leader, which that's what Bitcoin is, okay? Bitcoin is the industry leader. Think of Ethereum as the Robin, right? Bitcoin is Batman, Ethereum is Robin. Ugh. God, that was a horrible analogy, but we'll go with it, all right? We'll go with it. Your industry leader is breaking new all-time highs. So for me personally, I find it very hard to believe that an industry leader is breaking new all-time highs and that we're going to have to worry about it being a crypto dull point. Now, that being said, Is it going to break out as high? That I don't know. In scale, I totally believe that we're not going to have a problem. But that's why I'm investing in peripherals around it. That's why I got in with the Grayscale Trust. That's why I got in MoneyGram. I am playing this on every angle, both short-term and long-term, so I can clean house all the way. No questions asked. That's just how I'm doing it. I'm playing it in all directions. So hopefully that answers your question for you. So yes, Bruce Leroy chimes in. Lawsuit may be over in January. Discovery is over in January, so you might have discovery and then a few weeks of settlement discussion afterwards too. So, I mean, you could think of January, February. I think what they're doing is they're giving the government time to come up with crypto legislation. So totally a stall tactic by the government here. So then we got Fernando chiming in saying, Stellar being consulted by the president's working group is one of the biggest things in crypto space. Stellar working with the Ukraine. Stellar working with AirTM, Tala, all them, these are all huge because Stellar is doing this above board. Remember, Stellar in Protocol 17 initiated clawback procedure. Oh man, and clawback procedure is important because that allows financial compliance. Okay, they went ahead of the curve and launched clawback before it was even required of them. And for those that don't know, clawback essentially allows you to clawback assets that were accidentally transferred to the wrong end user. All right. So Greg K chimes in. Okay, so those transactions you watch, do they include Lumen Swap, Stellar X, Ultra, Lobster, minted NFTs? Is it a transaction to buy the minted tokens in your transactions? All right, Greg, this is what I look at here, okay? I start looking at the number of wallet holders, okay? And I start looking at the overall trend, okay? So if, right, Stellar back in whatever time this is right here, 2018, had 400,000 wallet holders, right? Then, 3 lumens each wallet, that's 1.2 million lumens, not a big deal. But you blow that forward now to 5.8 million wallets, right? With 3 lumens in each, that's 2470, 17.4 million. That's pretty good, right? If I can drink and do mental math like that, that's pretty legit. So that's 17.4 million lumens. That's only with 5.8 million people holding. I want you to change that now to 50 million people holding a Lumens wallet. That's nothing. If peer-to-peer transaction is where the future is, and we all know blockchain for financial technology is where the future is, 50 million, 80 million, 100 million people holding wallets is not a big deal. Imagine that 100 million people holding a Lumens wallet at 3 millions in that Lumens wallet just as a holder. Whoa, that's 300 million lumens held just to facilitate wallets. So that's kind of why I'm looking at this, and that's for the strategy. So when we look at KPIs, I look at that. And I also look to see, Greg, is these newly created assets, I really look to see, is this still picking up? Do I expect it to go up every month? No, because what business is going to grow at a record rate every month? I'm being very realistic. But what I am looking at is to see that does this bullish trend continue, okay? I'm looking for several different positive indicators that are allowing me to trade this, all right? My personal trade, Greg, as you know, is I'm a long-term trader in this, but now you can see I'm starting to use Stellar Lumens information to make short-term trades with MoneyGram. I'm using it now to get into the Grayscale Stellar Lumens Bitcoin Trust, right? See what I'm saying? So I'm using all this different information to make this happen. And that's how I'm building all of my strategies going forward with Stellar Lumens XLM. And we've got 18 people chimed in right now watching the video. If you guys could, hop on over to the community tab of the page. I try to keep it nice and active for everyone. I know you guys, you like the interaction, and I like it too. I'm having a lot of fun with this stuff. But if you could, hop on over to the community tab and take a look at some of the stuff we got. I've been thinking about putting out some magnets, some drinking magnets, right? Not that bad of an idea. So when I look at this, all right, drinking magnets, $3 magnets, right? So let me know. I've got a whole bunch of stuff in the community page. I'm trying to build a channel as much as I can, but as much as possible, trying to keep the content free for all of you out there. Obviously, donations, all that stuff is totally cool. If people want to buy merch, it's totally cool. But my main goal of the channel is to try to provide as much free content as possible and as much free value as possible for you because I believe in decentralized finance and I believe in all of us having a chance at financial freedom. All right, so Greg chimes in. Yes, wow, thank you. Yeah, no, Greg, my background, I have a very, very heavy operations finance background, very heavy analytics, big Lean Six Sigma guy. If you guys want to talk Lean Six Sigma, yeah, I'm your Lean Six Sigma guy. I'm really big into stats, Lean Six Sigma. So for me, I do a whole bunch of derivative stats, and I use my derivative stats along with financial analytics to determine what I'm going to pay for something and what kind of trajectories work. And it actually lets me, like vector analysis, if you've ever done like vector analysis in physics, is very much to vector analysis where I can weight a vector based on different input points of the strength of signals, and then I can plot that on like one of these candlestick charts. So it's, yeah, that's what happens when you're retired. You sit at home and you do crazy weird stuff like this. So Bruce Leroy joins in. Are CBDC considered DeFi projects? Oh, that's, you know what? That's actually a good question, because how could a central bank launch a decentralized financed project? But think about this though. Okay, let's do this. All right, Bruce, we're gonna go down the rabbit hole, everyone. All right, so let's do that. And before we go down the rabbit hole, let's chime in with our official sponsor, that is Tito's Vodka and Pink Country Time Lemonade. If you want your brain juices to flow, grab a cup of this and slam it on the go. I don't know, but yeah, let's drink, and then we're gonna go down the rabbit hole, because Bruce has got a really good one. So let's drink, and then we're gonna tackle Bruce's question here. Okay, cool. This drink is rough. That is a 1-to-1 mix of Tito's vodka and Pink Country Time Lemonade. That is disgusting. Oh, that is nasty. Okay, so Bruce Leroy chimes in. Are CBDC, right, central bank digital currency projects, considered DeFi projects? Now, I got to be honest with you, I don't know the real answer for that, because that's kind of a messed up one. Because think about this, okay? Central bank digital currency. A central bank is not a decentralized finance institution, is it? It's not. It's not. Central banks are not functioned on a decentralized finance institution. Central banks get to do whatever they want, print their money, and so forth. Okay, that's why we have the problem. That's why DeFi has really become this big thing, because we're so tired of all the fiat printing. But if they're now running decentralized finance projects, right? Because everything on the Stellar chain is decentralized finance, because it's monitored, it's open, right? It's run through the nodes, it's open. You can literally go through the ledger. I mean, like I don't. If anyone was in the original or the earlier live stream, we went hardcore on some of these stats here. These ledgers are open. I mean, you can get whatever kind of juicy data you want on these ledgers here. So yeah, you're right. I'm kind of thinking about that. You've got a central bank digital currency in a decentralized finance project. Is it really decentralized finance, or is it centralized banking hidden under a rouge of decentralized finance? Oh man, Bruce Leroy. Yeah, that's a good question. You know, the reality is if it's on the Stellar chain, it's going to be open. It's going to be decentralized, right? Because of the protocol that's run on the Stellar chain. So yes, even though you do have a central bank that's issuing that item, it's being issued on a decentralized protocol. So my vote and my question on that one, Bruce Leroy, is going to be yes. CBDCs are considered DeFi projects because its actual chain it's written on is decentralized finance based, right? It's not the original fiat based. So just that's yeah, okay, cool. I think I like that one. Okay, so Roanaja 1, and again, if I say your name wrong, I'm really sorry. If you could type it out phonetically, I will do it right. My name is Klaus. My name gets pronounced wrong all the time, so I feel your pain. Ronaja 1 puts down, I bought Stellar at 33 and now it's 38. Looking good, but I hope Stellar over 50 in December. Ronaja, and again, if I'm saying your name wrong, I sincerely apologize. That is not my intention at all. We're all thinking the same thing. In fact, for me, I'm looking at 50 cents end of year, and I will be happy with my Stellar Lumens XLM investment. If we could get to that 50 cent mark by the end of the year, I will be happy. Because I want you to think about this. 50 cents end of the year, and then we get to deal with the XRP lawsuit being settled. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. So I'm kind of hoping, right, we clear 50 end of the year, XRP lawsuit, we move on forward. Now let's get to the charts here, because some things have been happening as we've been talking here on the live stream. So since we've been talking on live stream, we have seen, all right, some of this price action break in the 38 cents. So let's just zoom in a little bit tighter here, and let's get rid of some of the juice. All right, look at this. Look at this up here. We are looking 2 times in a row, real close to each other time-wise. Look at this. Look at these candlesticks here, right, with highs of 38.2. If you were watching at the beginning of the live stream, I talked about 38.2 being the resistance point, and look what happened again. We hit 38.2, and yep, we got shot right back down. That is why you watch this channel, because it's juicy bits, it's analytics, and it's all right there for you. This is a decentralized channel because I share everything with everyone. How cool is that? So we got Barno chiming in. Depends on how you see decentralization. If you think nobody can control it, then your answer is no. If it's partly decentralized, then you could say DeFi, but maybe not sufficiently decentralized. You know, Barno, you're right, because for something to be truly decentralized, and well, no, because the reality is, though, is because it is written on the Stellar chain, it is going to be decentralized, because that's how the protocol works. They wouldn't be able to mess with the protocol once it's on the chain. And I think at the end, the chain is what constitutes it as a decentralized finance project. You are welcome to argue with me. I will gladly take it. I will take it humbly. Chris Miller hops in. I like the idea of process operations divided by wallets calculation to keep a running total of average operations per wallet. Chris, now you're getting into what I'm talking about here, and that's scale, okay? So if you can take operations per wallet, right, and you can correlate that with a price, it won't be a one-to-one. Let's be honest here. You're not going to find a one-to-one derivative synergy in these analytics. I guarantee you there's nothing going to be that tight, okay? Any of the trades that you're seeing right now are based on some algorithms and analytics that are very, very rough, okay? They're several different layers deep, okay? But you could see if you could take the wallets versus transactions and do an average number of transactions per wallet and correlate it to the price. The other way that I've looked at doing this is seeing, is there a laggard effect of price in relation to the native token of XLM? So, okay, let's just, for like to like, let's make this look the same, okay? So let's go like this. Is there a correlation between XLM as the native token and GXLM, the Grayscale Trust, that I can pull from too? So Chris, if you're looking at this, all right, we have several factors that might lead us into some juicy bits here, okay? So whether it's correlating wallets and transactions or correlating a laggard effect to a derivative of the native token, we have some options out there for us to invest in. All right, let's see. We got Ranaja says, I expect Stellar to be $1.50 next year if Bitcoin goes up. If Bitcoin goes up to 100,000, Stellar better be at least $3-4 minimum. You got to think the upside of Bitcoin is only so much, right? It's a lot harder for Bitcoin to double at 63,000 than it is for Stellar to double to 76 cents from 38. It is. It's so much harder for Bitcoin to do it. They would have to hit 126,000 where Stellar would only have to hit 76 cents. The mechanics of it, that 100,000 mental barrier, I have a feeling that is going to be a tough one for Bitcoin to get past. A 6-figure Bitcoin, that's going to be tough. If y'all think Bitcoin can do it, that is nuts. But yeah, so if anyone is hopping in on the live stream, we are talking all things Stellar, and we're doing it with Tito's Vodka in pink Country Time lemonade. So yes, let's all have a drink and enjoy ourselves. Oh, disgusting. Oh, absolutely. It's like fire water. All right. So Barno chops in. I wrote it down while you were talking, and yeah, I agree with you. That was a good question. That was a seriously legit good question. I think Yeah, that was just, you guys got really good questions, man. I think you guys are freaking awesome. Um, so yeah, many are confused about it, Barno. And to be fact, many are confused with Stellar and what Stellar's actual mission is too. Okay, people do, it's Stellar is about bringing banking to these cash-based societies. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna have a little bit of fun here, all right? Because I want to explain to people out there that are watching that don't know kind of how Stellar can help the world. I'm going to give you an idea of how Stellar can help the world. And real quick before I get to that, we have my Flash Gordon says hello from Switzerland. Hello, Flash. I have been to Switzerland before. I've been to Zurich, and I had a lot of fun there. I won't go into it any further, but yes, I've been to Switzerland. I had fun there. The coolest thing about Switzerland is when my plane was landing in the airport, they had tanks like on the runway and in the airport, fully like armed military personnel walking in there. Switzerland is an awesome place to visit. Switzerland, the home of neutrality. Yes, gotta love Switzerland. So my Flash Gordon, hello back. I love Switzerland. I do. I love Switzerland. But yeah, let's talk about this. Okay, and this is what Stellar's going over, and this is the mission. All right. So for those of us that live in developed societies, okay, so developed societies, all right, I want you to think of North America. I want you to think of Europe. I want you to think of Asia Pacific developed, right, our developed societies. We have a lot of integration on how we can use our debit cards, how we can get microloans. We could PayPal each other, right? We can Venmo, we can Cash App. We could do all sorts of cool stuff, okay? In these emerging markets, okay, and these are the ones I'm showing you now at the bottom of the screen, along with Eastern Europe, okay, where there's a lot of blue and little orange. That means most of their society is using cash to function, all right? When you use cash to function, you don't have the finance and banking opportunities that everyone else in the world has, all right? A lot of businesses in the world will skip Latin America, will skip Africa, and will skip Asia Pacific emerging, right? They will skip it because those payment infrastructures aren't there, all right? And if you want to know how this works, all right, we just learned about this in the world recently, all right? And this is what happened. So when everything in Afghanistan went down about a month ago, right? Month, 2 months ago, however long it's been, the first problem they had in Afghanistan was Western Union and MoneyGram stopped allowing transactions of money because they couldn't guarantee it and it wasn't safe. Yes, check that out. So when Afghanistan went into turmoil, when the United States announced that they were leaving, one of the first things that went south was money transfer remittances went to crap. People are not allowed to pay people from outside of the country. It was a mess. They shut banking down. All right, so once they shut down the financial system, we all know how that went, okay? With Stellar being able to do what they're doing, okay, they're going to be able now to go after those societies that have been ignored and be able to provide those people with wallets. Yeah, wallets that are on one of these, which almost everyone has now. So if Stellar can get people in those wallets, they will be able to keep countries functioning financially efficiently. And that's where a big thing for Stellar comes into play, is that if Stellar can keep going over these cash-based societies, right, these ones here that are listed heavily in blue, Stellar will be able to get in before any other crypto out there and will be able to go to scale faster than anything else. All right, let's see. All right, we got Bruce Leroy chiming in. But you don't think it's weird that XRP isn't really needed on Ripple? Even open accounts, XLM can even run it. XRP, okay, you got to remember, wherever we have like a civilian branch or a peer-to-peer branch of finance, you have to have an offsetting institutional branch, okay? The majority of the reasons why you need an offsetting institutional branch, the mechanics of a peer-to-peer finance system is very different than a large business scale, okay? A large business, some businesses out there even take what are known as payroll loans, right? They float payroll until money comes in. Why? Because the company is so darn big, they use it just to cover payroll without any existing issues, all right? So these large companies function very differently. I want you to think of like your IBMs, your Facebooks and all that. Their banking system, their needs are quite different than ours, right? Like if I were to send money to you guys were to send money to me, very, very different. So XRP, yes, has a totally different need and a totally different fit. And it's all about scale and it's all about use, right? XRP, big institutions, XLM, peer-to-peer, and remittances. So we've got 16 people on the stream right now. If you guys have a question, if you guys have a comment, you are welcome to put it in the chat right now. We are answering any and all things Stellar. And heck, I'll even answer questions about myself, about the channel, about whatever, because I enjoy spending my time with you guys. I'm having a blast doing it. But if I'm going to talk a few more minutes, I need to wet my palate. So let me wet my palate, you wet yours, and comment below, what are you drinking? I know we've got people drinking Heineken, right? What else are you guys drinking? I'm drinking my Tito's and Pink Country Time lemonade. Let me know what you guys got. Oh, disgusting. But it's doing the effect. I bet you I'll go to sleep really good tonight. So let me just catch up on a couple of the old comments here. Barno chimes in. Nuts is going to happen. 100K Bitcoin and XLM $5 to $10. Oh man, if XLM goes $5 to $10, I'm buying myself another boat. Like I've already got one boat that I love. I'm going to get another one. And XLM is so underrated by the diehard crypto DeFi people. Yes, XLM. Okay, Barno, I'm going to show you guys something really cool. I showed you guys this in XLM, and real quick for Ronaja, my price prediction for XLM in 2025, God's honest truth, mechanically speaking, it can be well over $10. Mechanically speaking, XLM could be well over $10 and not affect its functionality in terms of what its fee structure would be or its transfer fee would be based on its 1/100th of a lumen. So even at the $10 mark, it would still be such a cheaper way to send money over than any other options out there. But for those of you that are watching, do you guys want to know why Stellar has kind of a problem? This is going to get bad. All right, I'm going to be honest with you. This is going to get a little bad, and I'm not ripping on people, okay? You guys know me by now. Yeah, I am going to get... I do, because, Bruce, I already have a boat, so, like, I would have to get another boat, because I love my boat, so I don't want to sell my boat. All right, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up something here. So if you guys want to know why Stellar runs into problems, here's one for you. Did you know that Stellar has a YouTube page? Yeah, they do. They have a YouTube page. 6,000 subscribers. No one watches their videos. Their videos got 600 views, 300 views. Dude, they don't have much, right? So you could see that Stellar doesn't have that community that interacts with them. The reality is, when it comes to Stellar Lumens XLM coverage, I don't know if this is true, but I'm going to say it's true, and I'll let you guys prove me wrong. I might be the biggest channel out there that just covers XLM, because that's all we do here. We just cover XLM right now. I might be the only one out there that covers it this heavy and this hard. Because when you look at Stellar's XLM, all right, check this out. So Stellar had a video built on Stellar Cowrie Tempo, okay? This is talking about the African payment corridor. Check this out. So this video here only has 524 views, no comments. There are no comments. Like, so how is Stellar going to get out there with no comments? Right? You see what I'm saying? And that's what worries me about Stellar is I understand that Stellar is a non-for-profit, right? Their idea is helping the cash-based societies. Their idea is doing all this. But the problem is, if they don't get the word out there, they also don't get the public acknowledgement. The other thing that Stellar needs to understand too is the higher the price of the lumen, the more Stellar has to support its mission, the more its account is worth to fortify and supply the mission. So look on this page right here, built on Stellar, Cowrie Temple. I'm going to post a comment saying, huge fan, would love to help spread the word on Stellar. I have a great fan base of over 1,800 Stellar fans. that would love to see and hear more from you. Yeah. So that's my point. So Stellar has this, and guess what? They don't spread their word, right? So if you go to other videos by Stellar, I mean, I could pick any one of these, and I'll just pick a random one. Oh, I like your color glasses, dude. Let's see if color glasses guys got anything. No, 0 comments. Do you see my point here? How is Stellar? Like, so if you're going to watch this video, and I know, like, I'm not, like, the coolest person in the world. Like, I get that. But, dude, are you going to watch a video if there's no comments back, if there's no feedback, if there's no interaction? I don't care if it's Stellar. I don't care if you're hopping on watching Mr. Beast, Penguinzo, whatever. You got to be able to interact with your fans to help grow your business in an organic way. All right, so Barno says, if it goes to 1 trillion market cap, still sufficient enough. That gives or take $50 digital assets daily. Me and Ofani do a great job, but I am the man. He's got a cool video, dude. He does. He's got a cool video. And I always screw up, like Alfani or Ofani. Like, he does. He's got a cool video. I like his energy. I like the dude's vibe. Like, he does his own thing, and I kind of like that. The reality is, in terms of a mechanical aspect, okay, Stellar can go to astronomical prices before it breaks down the mechanical usage of the token. All right, Stellar can go to freakishly high prices before the mechanics break it down. Where Bitcoin, Ethereum and all that, Bitcoin and Ethereum have problems with scalability now, which is going to affect their prices hugely. All right, so one Cruz Perez says, they won't have to. The word will get out on its own. Perfect. Yeah, I think, honestly, Cruz, the problem is, though, is like, as a business, any business now, right, has to worry about their digital marketing. Any business now has to worry about how they approach themselves to the consumers out there and how they approach themselves to financing pools, okay? So, I want you to think of this. Stellar gives out, like, billions. It's in their tokens. They give out billions. It's in their tokens. I did a video on it. I did a deep dive video on it. That money is out there for anyone. Any one of us could go out there, claim that money with a Stellar case use, right, for a Stellar Development Foundation case use, and we could get a grant for that money. So Stellar is really using that infrastructure money to build a bigger network, whether it's small projects like something that you or I could start, or big projects like the IBM Cowrie Televisa projects. And Ronaja 1, and if I'm saying your name wrong, please type it out phonetically and I will say it better. Said, Akon did sell all his Bitcoin to buy Stellar. Akon did sell his Bitcoin to buy Stellar. And that Akon City is going to be a huge one. And I'm going to leave my headphones off for a while because I've had them on for like 5 hours today. So let me know if the sound gets all funky because I'm not able to monitor it. But yeah, Akon did. He sold his Bitcoin. He went to Stellar. He has his own city that he's building on it. And that will be going to scale within, I think it was 8 or 9 years. And you got to think, so the Akon City, right, that's built on Acoin that uses Stellar, each person is going to need a Stellar wallet. So of the 20, 30,000 people of that city, guess what? They're all going to have to hold that Stellar wallet, which is going to have several lumens in there to facilitate transactions. All right, so we got Bruce Leroy chime in and XDR is on Stellar. Yeah, Stellar has a whole bunch. I just had a list up there of all the crazy stuff that was on Stellar. We got Patrick chiming in. Do you know much about Ultra Stellar and launching automated market makers that you can use on YXLM on? Was it YXLM or WXLM? Because I know W is wrapped XLM. Y is, and I'm trying to think what the heck Y was. Okay. So for those of you that don't know what Ultra Stellar is, all right, so first let's talk about Stellar, all right? Now let's go back one. Let's start with Ethereum. Ethereum can process 25 transactions per second. That is the mathematical limit of Ethereum, period, end of story. Slice the pie however the hell you want. You are not going to change that answer. That is the mathematical limit of Ethereum. That's why when Ethereum's chain gets really busy, it has the gas fees. The gas fees go up. You pay more when the chain is busy because you're paying for a spot on the chain, okay? So when you think about now, how does that apply with Ultra Stellar? Well, Stellar right now can process 1,000 transactions per second. Ultra Stellar with some freakishly high number. I thought like 10,000 or 50,000. It was a freakishly high number that would allow Stellar to go to scale beyond what even Visa can do with their payment infrastructure. So Ultra Stellar is a background program that they've been working on. It has not been approved yet. It has not been done. It'll probably have to come on a protocol consensus. So we would look at Ultra Stellar on protocol 19 or protocol 20. Yeah, it's protocol 20. That would be for Ultra Stellar. Espresso 1030 says, what do you think of Lumen Swap and yield blocks? Do you prefer one over the other? Yes, actually, Espresso, we had that one earlier. Lumen Swap. Lumen Swap is where it's at. That fixed fee of, I believe it was 0.3% used on Lumen Swap is always going to be generating income across that corridor, okay? A 0.3% fee does not sound like much, but I want you to take a couple 100 million transactions, which is not a big deal. And if you think I'm full of crap, girlfriend, I ain't full of crap. Check this out. That's because when you look at transactions, right here, in a 2-month period, Stellar had 423 million transactions, right? So when we start talking about Lumen Swap and all that, a 0.3% flat rate, that is going to always mean that there's going to be an income or a fee generated with that. And when it goes to scale, like we're talking about here with 423 million, that's big money. That is big, big money. So while I've got you guys all on the page, or not on the page, Jesus, while I've got you guys on the live stream, whatever drink you've got, I think it's time you drink it up. I have been drinking mine, and this is straight legit fire water. So if I'm drinking my fire water, you all better be drinking yours, because that's how this works. That's what's fair, okay? This is decentralized drinking, all right? So in decentralized drinking, you have to drink to make sure that the consensus protocol between us fits. So every time I drink, you do, because that's how decentralized drinking works. So, I mean, yeah, you have to drink now. Holy crap. Ugh. All right. So Renaja says, and Patrick says yield XLM. Yes, yield XLM, not wrapped XLM. There's so many derivatives out there, it's nuts. So whether you're talking about yield or wrapped, there is a whole bunch. So Renaja says, those meme coins lose their hype and Stellar will go to top 15. And that is exactly what I believe in. I believe in exactly that. You are so right. I'm actually going to type that because I totally believe that you are so right, because you know what? Once the hype of the meme coins wear out, right? Once they start realizing that there are no payment corridors, right, between all these other meme tokens, there are no Latin American payment corridors, Europe and Africa payment corridors, there is no Stellar Development Foundation for these other coins where they go over the cash or underbanked societies. Those coins will fade away. Elon Musk can only show a picture of his damn dog for how long? For Shiba to make the moves. I'm not going to be upset because I got Shiba. I'm not going to be upset. I'm making money and I'm pretty happy. But that's how it goes. So let's see. We got Espresso saying, you are awesome. Thank you. Red wine for you. Yes, red wine is really good. I had a really good muscadine wine the other day. Super, super tasty. Ronaja says, I don't drink, sorry. Oh, dude, don't apologize. You don't have to apologize for not drinking. You're a smart one, man. I put all my money to crypto nowadays, living minimalistic. I like that. Minimalistic is the way to live. Like, I like it. Minimalism, so like when I go out my boat, I know it sounds really stupid, but I sit out on anchor for hours and just stare at the stars or stare at the sky. Like, it just, I do. It's very minimal, and I just go out there and hang out and get away from stuff, so it's kind of fun. Joey puts in, does decentralized smoking count? Yes, decentralized smoking counts, but just remember, it is puff, puff, pass. If there is a third puff, I swear to God, we smack the hand and it is over. So yes, there is decentralized smoking allowed on this channel. There is decentralized drinking allowed. There's a whole hell of a lot of fun allowed on this channel, especially on these later night streams. You got Bruce turning back in. Ethereum is the reason why I didn't invest in the meme coins. That's pretty interesting. But you know what though? Like your portfolio, okay, and this is just my opinion. I believe your portfolio should hold some meme coins. Just like I believe your portfolio should hold some really boring crap in there too, some really boring based commodities crap, all right? Because I think a better diversified portfolio always insulates you from market shocks, okay? So that's why I talked earlier about how, like, when I'm tackling my XLM investment, not only did I tackle XMLs along, I started playing MoneyGram on the short based on their financial woes, and now I'm playing MoneyGram on the financial accumulation in small pieces and backing any sort of financial fundamentals with a grayscale trust as a laggard effect with XLM. Whew. How is that for a deep statement, man? See, like, if I can do this, like, if I can chime this kind of stuff while drinking quite profusely, just imagine, right, when I'm sober, Susie, what I could do. You know, it's just crazy stuff here. So let's catch up on these comments. Yes, Joey, decentralized smoking, we did talk about that. Yes, it does count. Just remember, sharing is caring. If you don't bring enough for the whole class, just don't share. Just go into the bathroom, hide it, and you'll be good to go. Let's see. My Flash Gordon says, don't have good beer in Switzerland. You know, when I was in Switzerland at that time, I didn't party that. No, I take that back. I partied when I went over to the Germany border because that's where my cousins and my family live. So I did kind of cut it loose there, but I didn't party in Switzerland when I was there. I was taking in the sights in Zurich. It was just shocked on how rich of a town it was. It was just a really cool town. So if I start drinking, that'd be dead end for me. I would sell and drink all my cryptos. Yes. So don't drink. All right. So Roninja, don't drink. Just hang out with us on the channel. I'll drink for all of us. In fact, to show my support for you so that you don't have to drink, I will have another drink so that you don't have to. It is seriously disgusting. My dedication to you guys in the channel. Oh, it's like a sour, bitter taste in my mouth. This is disgusting. Holy crap. Let's see. So we've got My Flash Gordon. We have Frankensteiner Weizenbier from Germany here. That's good. And we have many XLM. That's good also. Yes. So Switzerland. All right. So Switzerland, Germany, all that, like that whole region out there, right? They've got some really, really good beers. Some good Weiss beers, right? They've got some good Pilsners, but some good Weiss beers. And some really good lagers out there, too. So Joey says, sharing is the only way to go. Let's smoke up if you make it to Texas. Joey, I drove through Texas not too long ago, actually. I drove through the upper panhandle of Texas on my way to Colorado. I had a huge hiking trip in Colorado. For those of you that don't know, I do a lot of cool, like, adventure things, too. I haven't posted a lot of the content recently on the channel here because I've been so slammed with XLM stuff. But I do a lot of crazy adventure hiking, boating, and junk like that, too. And I was just in Texas, Panhandle, Texas, on my way to Colorado. And so, yes, if I'm ever in Texas, all right, I will gladly go down there. I've been in Texas. I've been to Dallas quite a bit. I worked for a company that was headquartered in Dallas, so I have been in Dallas quite a bit, and I have had some fun in Dallas. So let's catch up here. Crypto Bull says, XLM is the sleeping giant better than XRP because it has 50% less circumsupply and is a nonprofit. Crypto Bull, you are correct, but you missed one thing. The reason XLM is better than XRP, and I'll read off your sheet right here. XLM is better than XRP because it has 50% less circulating supply and it is a nonprofit. What you forgot to mention was that XRP has a lawsuit. Oh my God, yes. XRP has a lawsuit. That is going to stop a lot of investment on the XRP end in terms of those institutional investors. We're going to have to wait till about early January. Was it January, February? I'm trying to remember what it was. Early January, early February, the discovery for the XRP lawsuit should be done at that point. From that point on, you've got a couple weeks where you could see something happen. So kind of wondering how that's going to work out. Definitely keeping an eye on it. And let's see. We got Barno hopping in saying, Stellar Artois. You know, Stella's not that bad. I'm the problem is this, all right? I don't like drinking beer because my stomach gets full before I get hammered. When I drink, I like to get hammered. I like to drink to, not to escape like in a bad way, right? I'm not talking about like, escaping life. I'm talking about like to have fun, So when I drink, I like to get just schnockered, just totally ripped. So when I drink beer, I just get really full in my stomach. And before I can get like really tanked, like Frank the Tank, I get full and then I don't want to drink anymore. And it's like, oh, I don't feel so good. So I do try to stick with the harder stuff just to kind of get me through. And Joey chimes in saying, Dallas Fort Worth is my home. All right, Joey, I used to work for Essler based in Dallas. Yes, Essler. I worked for the devil. Yes, I did. I worked for the devil based in Dallas. Spent some time in Dallas, did some projects there. Pretty cool area, pretty neat. Let's see. Barno says, because you promote it, XRP is going to lose if you keep up the good content. The reality is I hope I'm delivering good content for all of you out there. I really do. I hope that you're finding this channel informative and entertaining too, right? Crypto, finance, worrying about like how you're tackling your finance, how you're even like your home finance, like your couples, like spouse and stuff like that. It could be boring, right? And it could be dry and it could be hard and it could be a very sensitive topic. So I really try to keep it fun, try to keep it entertaining, and I try to keep it so that like when you read about it, when you learn about it, like it strikes a chord where you remember it, okay? Where you kind of just, you learn from it, but you also learn from it and you feel like it's not a pressured item. So that's kind of how I approach it on this channel. We got Bruce Leroy chimes in. What's your, in my, sorry, my asthma is really starting to kick up with my drinking here. Bruce Leroy chimes in. What's your first price target to sell some XLM? All right, Bruce. For me, several things have to happen, okay? I am looking at XLM, all right, I'm at about 2.5 years, 2 years and 8 months. That's kind of where I need that money to come back out, okay? So I have money that I put into XLM that what I'm waiting for is in at 2.5 years, I'm going to embark on a new journey in my life, right? Like my next phase of my life, right? At that time, I want to take that investment money and put it into that new part of my life. So for me, one of two things needs to happen. XLM would have to get to $2 first right away, and then I would sell it, but I probably wouldn't. But the reality is for me, it's time. I am holding on to it as long as I can to cover that 2.5 year point. If it got to $2, I'd have to really, really take a hard look at things, and I would probably liquidate, probably half to a third at $2. Like if I saw a strong move to 2, I would probably liquidate it. But the reality is I don't need that money, so I'm going to hold it as long as I can. So if it's a slow roll up to 2, I'm going to keep riding the hot pony. I'm going to keep riding the hot pony, and I'm going to try to cash it out close to that 2.5 year point. The other thing too is I won't be paying capital gains taxes, so I'm also using it as a tax deferment strategy too. So kind of a little hindsight, juicy bits on how I'm tackling the XLM trade here. All right. We got Alexander Steele chiming in. Alexander, that's a fucking badass name, dude, man. Alexander Steele. It's fucking cool, dude. You got a cool ass name, man. Says, I'm not too familiar with this coin in detail, but could the Liquidity automated market makers update cause the coin to stabilize? No. Not stabilize in terms of being a stable coin, okay? What the liquidity pool and automated market makers will do, it should in theory help with greater price accuracy. If you put a price in to buy XLM at 40 cents, there's no one at that 40 cent mark. You have to wait until you get a price close to it, so it'll execute at a price close to it to keep the liquidity going. That's just how it works. Automated market makers is going to take that and it's going to bridge that liquidity gap so that if you execute at, say, 40 cents, you're going to have a buyer at 40 cents. It's going to be part of that liquidity pool, okay? So it's that buy-ask spread that we see, okay? If you look at Weeble's buy-ask spread, all right, on XLM, it's almost sometimes like a penny difference. It's nuts, right? When you think about it in terms of just a statistical spread, it is anywhere from, say, like 2.25% all the way up to 3%, depending on the price of XLM, is what the statistical buy-ask spread is. So when you look at the buy-ask spread, that is nuts, okay? So automated market makers should shrink that and give you more accurate price action. So if you want to buy XLM at 0.3786, that's what you're going to get it at, or at least way closer than you were before Protocol 18. Let's see. Bo Rabbit says, you're freaking awesome, brother. Well, thank you. You're freaking awesome for jumping on 2 live streams in one day. That's really freaking cool of you, man. So don't give me props. You get the props. Crypto Bull says, beer gets me bloated. That's why I'm drinking vodka and coconut water. Well, Crypto Bull, that's why I have my Tito's handmade vodka and pink country time lemonade. The drink that will make you think. Oh, see, right there. I'm going to be sponsored by Tito's. Yeah, I don't... I don't drink a lot of like the beers and stuff like that. When it's like really hot in the summer, I'll try to do some of like those Bud Light, like Bud Light Orange and Bud Light iced teas, just because, you know, like the refreshing aspect. But otherwise, I like to get some of this. Oh man, we got trouble that just chimed in. We got Bruce Leroy real quick. $2 must not hold enough. No, the reality is Bruce, I probably won't sell. Like the reality is I probably won't sell. I that money I just need for a project 2.5 years from now. If another investment of mine pays off before then, I'm gonna leave XLM in and I'm gonna ride the hot pony. I have different investments staged at different times for different needs, right? Short-term, long-term, mid-term, and I also have short sells, short pushes, short squeezes, you name it. I kind of tier all my investments differently, so I'm very, very well spread out and very well diversified. Rowan just said, you should own 10,000 XLM to become rich in the future. I have more than 10,000 XLM. I can tell you that right now. I will not tell you specifically what I have, but I have well over 10,000 XLM. So yes, I've been at that point for a while. Marquise hops in, and see, this is where the trouble comes in. See, we might have to end this live stream because Marquise joined in, and you know that's how it is. But no, Marquise joined in. Marquise was chiming in hardcore on the first live stream. So now he's joining us on the second one. And Marquise, I told you, I said, hey, on the second live stream, I'm probably going to go a little saucy with my drinks, and that's what I've done. I've gone with some Tito's and some pink country time lemonade. So if you're watching this live stream, we are talking Stellar. We are drinking. We're having some fun. We're talking straight trading strategies too. We're also talking a lot of decentralized finance. So if you guys love that juicy decentralized finance talk out here, dude, keep it going in the comments, man. That decentralized finance stuff has been really, really cool. So let's do that. Let's take a split second. Let's have a drink. I'm gonna fix my hair because no one's telling me that like I've got like the jacked up hair from like my headphones on. So let's fix that real quick and have a drink. Ugh. Okay. Oh, that is just bad. But I'm getting down. I'm almost down there. So, Alexander says that he understands things. And that was in reference to Alexander asking, what is going to happen with liquidity in automated market makers, right? What happens to that in terms of a functionality sense? And it's all about price action, right? Price accuracy action and price instant action, right? How quickly you can get that order for that set amount to go. And it's also about liquidity pools, being able to match up buyers and sellers at the same time. So when we start talking about that, Alexander, let's do this. All right, man, I'll help you out here a little bit. All right, so let's go to candles, okay? And let's blow these candles out, and let's blow these candles out for a good chunk here. When you look at this, you could see when Stellar had this big run up here on the left-hand side of the screen, you could see tons and tons of volume. When there's lots and lots of volume, there is lots of liquidity out there, right? You can make the trades, you can execute, you can make it happen, you can turn and burn, good to go. But when you look at here, look at how much this volume drops off. I mean, if I'm just doing, I'll just do some rough numbers here for us watching on the stream. 398 million units, volume 341 versus 4.5 billion. So you're talking a 15th of the volume? Dude, that's nuts. So you could see automated market makers and liquidity pools are going to be big when Stellar goes into these phases here where the liquidity is 1/10 the time, right? Where the volume and the transactions are 1/10 the time of normal, which will facilitate more actionable and accurate pricing. Woo, how was that one? All right, so now let's get on the next one. We got 24 people in the stream right now. Hey, if you're joining us, we're talking all things Stellar. You're welcome to comment in the comment section. Say hello. Tell me who you are. Tell me where you're from. Do you got a question? I mean, do you got a question for the channel? And my other thing is, do you have a drink? Because if you don't have a drink, I don't know what you can do in this live stream. I don't know. That's just kind of my thing. So make sure you have a drink to participate in this live stream. But let's get back to some of those comments here. It is, this brother is the best to step up to the plate and keep it honest. Majority of XRP hates XLM because they know it's better. Please subscribe to this channel. No one else is doing this. Crypto Bull, dude, heartfelt, man. That's I'm gonna shout you out here, man. That was awesome to read. There aren't a lot of people out there, and I try to keep it real. I'm not fluff, and it's a little different. I'm in a position in my life where I don't have to worry about faking the funk or anything like that. I can cut it straight. I have a very, very robust operations, manufacturing, financial background. I have a huge corporate background, so I have a bunch of tools, a bunch of things I can use to help out with people investing. And I've been investing and trading now for, oh God, since the late 90s, early 2000s with the .com bubble. Yes, I got to play that fun card game when I was a kid, and that sucked, man. That sucked. All right, so Bruce Leroy wrote down, I heard it's ETH wrapped in XLM. That would be, what did we call it? We called it WXLM, Bruce Leroy. WXLM is wrapped XLM that's used on the Polygon bridge that transfers from Ethereum to XLM on the Polygon bridge between the two. So yes, WXLM is the wrapped XLM that is used on the Polygon bridge. Jesse Gonzalez puts down, what do you think of BitTorrent? I don't think anything of it, and I'm not being rude when I say that. If I don't cover something, I am not going to fill you with bullshit out there. I'm not. If I don't cover something, I'm just going to tell you flat out I don't cover it, rather than just trying to like, I'm going to earn your fake votes and, you know, thumbs up and crap. No, that's not me. BitTorrent, I don't put... I don't have any info, so I'm not going to push you towards that. So I would say thank you for the question. I don't know anything about it. I'm being respectful, but also try not to blow smoke up your ass or anyone else's ass. Barno says, what was your first investment and when? Oh my God, this is a bad one. I even know the ticker symbol. This is horrible. Okay, so if you want to know how long I've been in investing and like how much I like it, ETYS. ETYS. Let me see if I can even get you guys. No, it's not Etsy. It's ETYS, okay? ETYS. Oh my God, this is horrible. The first two things I ever invested in were ETYS, eToys. All right, which again was a .com bubble speculation out there. And the other one I invested in was Callan Petroleum Energy, CPE, late 90s. Oh my God. It's so bad that I remember this stuff. Yeah, it was ETYS and Callan Petroleum. And I was a teenager. I signed up. I got an E-Trade account, you know, with like the janky AOL where it showed like the little key and the guy walking in the triangles. And I was trading on E-Trade when I was 18. My mom helped me set up an account, so shout out to my mom. And yes, ETYS and CPE were the two that I first got into. Yeah, and when? That was late 90s, man. So yeah, that kind of dates me how old I am right there. David Gonzalez chimes in. So Barno, thank you for that question. That was really cool, man. Yeah, that was a good question. That really was. And the fact that I remember that I invested in eToys, ETYS, and CPE, Callan Petroleum Energy, that I remember all this now is horrible. That tells you what I went through then. But David says, can you explain a bit more about the volume in the chart, please? Yeah, okay. So what we were talking about was automated market makers and liquidity in terms of volume, all right? And what I'm looking at here, okay, when I look at, and again, this is for David, okay? So David, when I'm looking here at the volume, okay, if I look at this volume part on this chart here, okay, and I'm looking at the left side on the screen, volume is 4.48 billion units, all right? You can see it right there, right next to the cross, okay? You can see that volume, right? So here you can see these big volume indicators, right? Lots of volume right here. There's lots of liquidity. That means there's lots of people selling, lots of people buying, lots of action happening. There's lots turning on, okay? During that time, you have a better chance of executing at the exact price and at the timeliness of your order. Now, if you go a little bit forward, right? So that was April, May, and into late May. Now, if you go to June, July, look how low the volume is. The volume here is only 348. And why aren't you guys telling me that my hair is bad? I have to keep looking in my monitor that my hair is all jacked up. Gosh, you guys gotta help me out. But if you look at July, look at how low the volume is. 348 million, right? Versus what? 4.4 billion, 6.72 billion. So there's so much more liquidity here when there's that action. Where right here, you're not going to get price action because there's no liquidity. You have a 10th to a 20th of the buyers, right? I mean, you're talking about 10% to what, 5% of the buyers you normally would? That's nuts. So when you have liquidity squeezes like that, you will pay more for the tokens that you want because of that. So Josh Fisher, and Josh, I am registered for Meridian 2021. I have cleared my schedule out. I will be listening in, and I will be sure to break any big juicy news regarding Meridian 2021, because there's that Danelle Dixon thing, Josh, that she's got that announcement. She's got that half-hour time slot. I'm very curious about that. So trust me, I'll be sure to let you know what happens. So Josh says, just tuning in, did you go over the biggest points on why the XLM token will increase with Protocol 18 and other ventures yet? Yes, Josh, I did. We were just going into a deeper dive about liquidity, and we were going into deeper dives about wallets and wallet holders. If anyone could give a quick rundown for me, that would be great. Essentially, Josh, the nice thing is it has to do with what you just chimed in on, and that had to deal with what everyone was asking, right? With what David was asking about the volume here, was that these automated market makers in these liquidity pools are going to help when the volume and liquidity is crap. When the volume is liquidity is crap, your buy sell spread is nuts, right? We've seen XLM's buy sell spread, oh crap, 2%, 2.2, all the way up to like 3.7%. The spread is that much. Okay, so when the spread is that much, one side has to cave, right? Your buyers have to now say, hey, I want to buy at a higher rate, or your sellers have to say, hey, I have to get screwed and go to a lower rate. Okay, automated market makers and the liquidity pool will give this general pool that buyers and sellers will be able to draw from, which should help equalize and level out that price action for you. So Josh, that was your quick update on what you missed regarding automated market makers. All right, so let's get back to the comments. If Stellar hits $10, then it's not too far to go to 50. No, and that's right. Mathematically speaking, okay, and when I speak about mathematically speaking, I'm talking about a theoretical, practical meaning usage, a daily usage limit for XLM is you don't even want to know. The actual mathematical, theoretical, practical limit where XLM would still function in a modern society, XLM would be well over 1 million a token. At 1 million a token, XLM would still function as it would, right, as it was intended to, while still having scale, while still having price availability. That's the mathematical limit. Now, is that the real limit that can happen? I mean, who the heck knows? But that is, like, mathematically, in a practical sense, that's what it is right there. Oh, dude, Josh, you're welcome, man. Yeah, hopefully that explained it for you. I've had a lot of fun. Anyone who's hopping on to this stream right now, please go on the community tab, check it out, vote for some of this stuff on here, research, leave me comments, let me know if there's anything that I can do to make this channel better. I have been having a blast hanging out with you guys. This has been the second live stream today. And, price action wise, let's go back to that price action, because Josh, this is something that I wanted you to make sure that you and a lot of like the OG fans pay attention to on this. 38.2. I don't know what the heck F word has been going on, but we have been watching all night here. 38.2 is what's been happening with the most recent near term resistance has been at 38.2. We have seen it now twice on this live stream. We have hit the 38.2 mark, and we have seen it pull all the way back to 39.7, or I'm sorry, 39.8, 39.9. Yeah, We've seen it. So there's a lot of action right now at that 38.2 mark, and we know there's a lot of action that's going to be holding us up at the 42.43 cent mark. Alexander Steele chimes in, what do you think of the Stellar X platform? Well, I mean, obviously I like the Stellar X platform. Yeah, no, I do. I like a lot of the Stellar projects, and I like the projects that are built as a second layer on top of. So whether it's Interstellar, Stellar X, Lumen Swap, you name it, anyone that's choosing to do things on Stellar is choosing to do things above the board and is choosing to do things with decentralized finance in mind. All right, it's 10 o'clock, 10:04 right now. We've been live streaming for about, I don't know, like an hour, hour and a half, something like that. Things are going good. We're getting lots of views in right now. I think I've been streaming, I don't know, almost maybe like 3 hours or so-ish today. It's been a really long day. I have been super, super thankful for the support with everyone. I don't want to cut the live stream early, but I do have to cut it early. I do want to hang out with my family. My wife did come home from work tonight, so I think it'd be really, really cool if I did hang out with her. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an outro, but if you guys bug the ever-living crap out of me, if you go on my community page and hit up all those comments and bug the crap out of me, I will live stream more. I'll set up more live streams on my calendar like this. I will gladly do it. So do that. Hit me up in the comments. Stalk me all over the place. Bug me about live streams and I'll do it. But I think what I got to do, I think I got to go hang out with my wife for tonight a little bit because she's been sitting out there by herself, hanging out on the couch, and I feel bad. So, Klaus, family, hobbies, and cards. Hope you enjoyed the live stream. We're going to do more. We're definitely going to do more. So, for everyone out there, Klaus, family, hobbies, and cards, enjoy the